everyone. I just got done filming a blowout video for you guys. I'm going to speed it up and do a voiceover so it doesn't take forever to watch it. I know that's not super fun to watch a blow dry for 15 minutes. But I did want to say in the beginning that I do start my blow dry with my hair about 80% dry, and that way if you're starting and you're like, oh, your hair doesn't look really wet, that's why. I have a lot of hair, it's long and it's thick, and I do not blow dry my hair from stepping out of the shower. It takes too long. I do not have time to do that. I have 2 kids. It's just not gonna happen. So when you're watching this, I also forgot to film me putting in products. I always put in hair products before I blow dry, and I just didn't film that because I don't know what I'm doing. So give me some grace for the first couple videos. I will try to get better at editing and probably voiceovers. It's probably gonna be terrible, but just bear with me in the beginning. I know the lighting's not great. This is the best I could do right now. I'm working on getting better lighting for you guys, and my camera's memory card is just not long enough for these videos. So I'm filming on my iPhone right now. Hopefully all this gets better in the next couple of videos, but I did want to go ahead and put out something because I am a procrastinator by nature. So if I don't start this, I'm not gonna do it. Anyway, I will put the video now and hopefully you guys will learn something from it. And then at the end, I will tell you what products I did use in my hair. Okay, so I'm starting my blow dry when my hair is around 85% dry. If I had curlier hair or even high texture hair, I would start it when my hair was more damp. The reason for that is it would give me the ability to have a smoother blow dry. This part of your blow dryer is super important. Don't take it off. I know a lot of people just throw it away, but it's very important. It's called a concentrator, and what it does is it directs the air the way that you want it to go in a blow dry. That's what gives you the ability to have more control when you're blow drying your hair, and also it gives you the ability to create a smoother blow dry. What I'm doing right now is just getting some of the moisture out of the root area of my hair. It's saving me time when I get my brush, and that way my arm won't get so tired. I'm using a squared round brush today, and the reason it's squared is it creates more tension. The bristles on this one are also smoothing bristles, so what it does is it'll give my ends a really polished look, but it gives me the ability to pull some of that hair at the root tight so I can get more lift on my blow dry. If you notice, I'm pulling all my hair forward towards the camera. The reason I'm doing that is because when the hair falls back where it lives on my head, it is going to have more volume. It's going to create a lift right at the root, which I really need in my blow dries. On the other side, I'm going to do the same thing, still pulling forward and still spinning the brush under when I get towards the end of the hair. That's giving my ends a really smooth finish, but also giving me that lift that I desperately need in my hair. Notice that I'm not putting the dryer on the brush. The reason for that is that would singe my hair and create a bunch of heat damage. I do have heat protection in my hair, but it will still be damaged. Just because you have heat protection does not mean your hair is invincible. It does not make it Superman. You can still get heat damage and split ends, even if you have the best heat protection on it. I'm putting that dryer in front of the brush. So what it's actually doing is it's pushing the hair around the brush, creating that shape of the brush in the hair. So if you used a smaller round brush, what it's going to do is create a tighter curl towards the end. Like if you were to use a flat brush, you wouldn't get the control because you wouldn't have the grip on your hair, but it would create a more flat finish. If you wanted to, you could use a flat brush through the mid shaft, but on the ends I really do advise using a round brush. It just really polishes those ends and keeps them together. Also, like if you wanted to tuck them under, it's a lot easier on a round brush or a squared round brush than it would be a flat brush or a Verb brush. The best way to think about your hair is it's kind of like a straw covered in shingles. So that shingle layer is called the cuticle layer, and if I were to take my concentrator off my blow dryer and just use the regular blow dryer without anything on it and blow up my hair haphazardly, what it would do is it would dull my hair because it would fluff up that cuticle layer, not creating a smooth look. Also, it would create a bunch of frizz if you have like naturally frizzy or curly hair. Okay, so now we're going to get into the crown. This honestly is more important than the underneath because this is where your volume is going to be, especially if you have heavy hair. You don't really want a ton of volume underneath and on top because that can get very triangular very quickly. I'm still pulling my hair forward because I still want that lift when I flip my head over the other way, and doing this is going to give me the best bang for my buck. Blow drying that front fringe area together is going to help it not separate, especially if you have a cowlick in the front like most people. And letting the hair cool on your brush after it's heated up is going to kind of use your brush as a curling iron would. Most brushes, especially mine, keeps the heat there. So just letting the hair sit there for a second and cool down, it's going to help maintain the shape, giving you even more volume for all your work that you're doing. Okay, this middle section is going to be a little harder to see because I totally forgot my mirror and I'm looking in a phone screen to do all of this. So if I miss little pieces, that's most likely why. Still pulling it forward because even though like you wouldn't think that this part's going to create a lot of volume right here, it really does. And this whole crown area, if you can get volume up there, underneath isn't going to matter as much. And like I said, this is just a really quick blow dry. I think this took me 14 minutes from the beginning to end. I mean, keep in mind that if I did not let it air dry beforehand, this would have taken a lot longer. But since I did have the ability to let most of it air dry today before I picked up a brush, it saved me a bunch of time, especially if you know you have to get ready. Then you can shower and then put on your makeup and get dressed and save this for last, and it's really gonna save you a bunch of time. Okay, so in the back of the crown area, I have a double crown in the back of my head, so I split that section in half. It allows me to have more control in those corner areas. Otherwise, I get splits in the corner of my crown, and I mean, it's not a big deal. A lot of people have it, I understand that. It just bothers me, and this is a really simple trick to get it to lay flatter. Still pulling it forward, which, you know, it kind of gets redundant after a while, but I promise it's easier to pull all this hair forward than to pull it up or backwards. And I'm totally getting lazy at this point. Keep in mind that if this was a full glam blowout, it would take a lot longer, but since this is just my everyday blowout routine, it is super doable. I think a lot of people think blow drying your hair is such a daunting task, especially if you have long hair or thick hair, and it really doesn't have to be. The trick is knowing that you don't have to start from super wet hair, getting really good products in there, which I know I still haven't talked about products, but I will do it at the end or in the comments, I promise. Alright, so that's really it. I mean, after this, what I usually do is I'll part it, I will pull all the hair forward and spin it around to create more of a uniform, polished like finish on the bottom. Put a little hairspray over that, and then I put dry shampoo in. A lot of people think dry shampoo is only for dirty hair, but a great trick is putting dry shampoo in the first day you shampoo your hair, and it kind of creates a preventative aspect to your hair and keeps your blow dry just looking really great. Okay guys, so I hope that was helpful. I did tell you that I would tell you the products that I used at the end. So I did use a Kerastase oil through my mid shafts and ends, which is about here down. That's a heat protection. It gives like shine to the hair, but it doesn't weigh it down. My hair is very straight and flat, so I cannot use heavy products on it and get more than 2 days out of a blow dry, which I don't blow dry my hair every 2 days. That's just crazy. I maybe do it once a week or 2 weeks. Whatever. I have 2 kids, so they don't care what my hair looks like. Also, I always use a root lift because my hair is flat and it gives it some grip up here. So when I do this, it doesn't fall back flat. I can put more body in it with dry shampoo or other things, but that is what I always use no matter what to do a blow dry. I'll link both products that I used so you guys can see and check them out. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me any way you know how. You can leave a comment and I'll try to get back to it. That being said, I don't really know how YouTube works, so I'm going to do the best I can. If you guys show me some grace with that, I promise, I'll do the best I can to get back to everyone and answer any questions you guys have. That being said, I'm gonna go ahead and film a curl video while both my kids and my husband are out of the house because this doesn't happen very often. And I will try to upload both by the end of the week. I will see you guys next time.